What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Old School RuneScape video. Today, I'll be showing you how to train magic for profit using one of the most chill and consistent money-making methods in Old School RuneScape. I'm talking, of course, about high alching. I've tested dozens of items, and these are the top 10 most profitable items to high alch in October of 2025. All the items I'm going to show you in today's video are easy to obtain because they have a high daily volume, meaning they're traded a lot, and you can buy them in item blocks of at least 70 per 4 hours, making it really easy to get a big bulk of them to continue your high alching. Alright, the first item we're going to be covering is Dragon Platelegs. You can usually buy them for about 160 or 161,000 GP, and they high alch for about 162. Now the thing with high alching is you're not going to be high alching for 10 to 20,000 GP per. You're going to be doing smaller, more consistent profit. So if you think about it, making 800 GP after the cost of a nature rune per click is actually not a bad way, and by doing this, you can make a steady amount of GP, almost 100k per hour, just by training your magic and AFK clicking. Now, if you guys stick around, I'm going to show you a website at the end where you can check every day to see what the current high alch margins are, so how much money you'll make for each item that you high alch, and see up-to-date pricing information that will help you guys with this in the future. These are just some items that are constantly good buys to high alch in general. They're high margin, and they're also very frequently traded specifically for alching. The next item on our list is going to be a very common one. It's going to be a black dragon hide body. You can buy 70 of them per 4 hours. You can usually buy it just over 7,000, and you can high alch it for around 8,088. So by buying it, you make almost a 1,000 GP profit. And the nice thing is they're very common. You'll fill the orders no problem at all. Alright, the next item on our list is going to be another pretty common one, Mystic Robe Bottoms. The nice thing about these is their buy limit per 4 hours is actually 125, so you can buy a crap ton of them. You can usually buy them for right around 47,000, and you can alch them for about 48,000. So after the cost of your nature rune, you'll be making about 800 GP per alch, which is not bad at all. Again, because of the high volume, you could just set an order for like 1,000 of them and it'll fill in a day, set it around 47k, and you'll make about 800 per, another very solid alching item. Alright guys, the next item on our list is going to be the Dragon Longsword, which you can usually buy for around 59k and alch it for 60k, which is very solid. A lot of times with alching, weapons and plate bodies are very commonly alched in general, but dragon stuff is especially good. Usually you can get it for the alch price because no one's really running a Dragon Longsword, everyone runs a skim. So anyway, you can get it for about 59k, flip it for 60. And while we're doing this, I just wanted to show you guys a couple tips and tricks. If you're new into alching, if you're a veteran of alching, this won't apply to you. But if you are getting new to alching and you're there's a common mistake is what I'm getting at without jibber jabbing. A lot of people fill their inventory and then alch their inventory, bank it, get the money, then get more items, alch 28 more items, vice versa. You don't need to do that. You can actually alch noted items. Again, a lot of people will know this already, but if you don't, so the key, if you want to alch efficiently, would be to stand with like a fire staff and a stack of nature runes, and you just click and you put whatever item you have noted that you're trying to alch at the time in the same spot. This is not on mobile, obviously, but as where you're clicking on your PC. That way you're literally clicking the spellbook, clicking the item, clicking the spellbook, clicking the item. So by doing this, you can alch very fast, well, faster, as fast as you could really do it. And another trick you can do with that without using an auto clicker or something like that, because that is against rules, you can flip your mouse over once you're on the alching item. And if you click without your mouse detecting something, so you like face your mouse upwards, you can just like watch TV and just keep clicking and it won't move. So as long as your mouse isn't down on the ground. So literally grab your mouse slowly, lift it over the item and the noted item, and then just click while you're like watching TV or whatever you're doing. I usually do it on Sundays while I'm watching football. I'll literally just sit and click and high alch and work on my magic while I'm just watching football games. Hopefully that'll help some of you. I know a lot of you guys probably know that, so moving on. The next item on our list, guys, is going to be the red D-hide body. You can buy 70 of them per 4 hours, and you can buy it for about 5,800 GP per. Now, you can high alch it and get 6,738 for a nice tidy profit, and the volume on these are insane. The same thing with the blue D-hide body, which would be our next one. You could buy 125 blue D-hide bodies per 4 hours. You can buy it for about 4,750, and you can high alch it and get back 5,616. D-hide bodies are outstanding because they sell like crazy, so they're very easy to get. So a lot of people, if you're into high alching, will just buy like 3,000 or 4,000 and just leave the buy order up, play RuneScape, and then check in on the weekends or whatever when you want to screw around and high alch while you're doing something else. Maybe you're reading something, maybe you're watching TV or whatever, and you can just chip away at it with your stack of D-hide bodies, which are almost always profitable to alch. Alright guys, keeping the list going, number 7 is going to be your Rune Platebodies. Anyone that does high alch knows this is a staple. It's almost always profitable. Usually you can buy the Rune Platebody for around 38,200 and you can high alch it for 39 grand. So it's usually between 700 or 800 GP per Rune Platebody. You can buy 70 of them at a time and they're a super high volume item. They sell all the time, so you should have no problem buying Platebodies to alch. Now, another quick note I would be remiss to not point out is a lot of people will tell you you can make $10 million high alching. Realistically, if you're just buying items on the GE to high alch, that is not the case. You can definitely make money and you can make millions of GP slowly, but high alching's real benefit is when you're like doing Slayer or something like that and you're picking up like rune items and stuff like that you're not gonna have inventory space for, so you can high alch while you're on task for Slayer and things like that. You can definitely make money on the GE, but anyone telling you you're gonna make $10 million by flipping items on the GE and high alching them is crazy. You might get lucky sometimes and find some items that are worth a little more, which I'll show you guys how to do in a bit, but just the overall vibe of this channel has always been to tell you guys the truth, be straightforward, and try to give you good information. So I'm just telling you, there's a lot of bull out there, so just for what it's worth. All right, anyway, if this is helping you guys, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. I'm working on trying to get partnered so I can get better equipment, stuff like that, to bring you guys better videos, and I will always try to do my best to make videos that are meaningful and helpful to the community. So thank you guys for watching. Let's continue in the last couple items. The next item we'll be discussing is the Dragon Dagger, which you can usually buy for around 17,000 GP and at high alch for 18,000. Now you guys will probably be noticing a theme here. These items that you can buy in bulks of 70 and stuff like that, the sweet spot is usually around 800 GP per transaction, which is solid. You can always find things that are a little higher, but these are the ones that are going to be your staples if you're looking to maximize experience and get a consistent flow of gold while you high alch. Alright, to wrap up our list here, number 9 is going to be the Adamant Platebody. You can usually buy these for about 9,380 GP, and you can alch it for 9,984. Not quite the profit of the other ones, but they trade like crazy and you'll have no problem buying them. Again, buy limit of 70, so another staple in the high alching world. Alright, now the 10th and final item is actually going to be a type of item. You can buy tons of staffs for alching, and the key here that makes them so useful, these are if you're really trying to get your level up and buy in bulk. You can buy 18,000 staves per every 4 hours. There's no way you could even alch 18,000 things in 4 hours, so that includes the Mystic Earth Staff, Mystic Air Staff, Mystic Water Staff, Mystic Fire Staff, Earth Battle Staff, Air Battle Staff, Water Battle Staff, and the Fire Battle Staff. These are all items that you can usually alch for a small profit, usually between 100 to 300, sometimes a little higher, but we'll go 100 to 400 GP. Sometimes it's at a loss, so you do have to check the price on these, but I'll put a little snip of all the prices of them right now when I'm looking at this during the video, so you can get an idea. You buy the profitable ones, you alch them, and they let you have a continuous alch going. Usually this is what I do if I'm trying to level up using alch. All right, to close this video out, after you guys have subscribed, of course, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that you can use to quickly check high alch prices and see what you can buy right now to make some money. This is where you'll have better chance of finding items that are larger profit margins. All right, so this is the Old School RuneScape Price Wiki checker. I use this to find flips and I use this to find things to high alch. So I'll put the link in the description below. You just go to prices.runescape.wiki. These are all of the items in Old School RuneScape. What we're going to do here, we're going to click on the more in the top right. Then we're going to click on alchemy. This is going to show us the prices for high alchemy. So if we look at the abyssal bracelet right here, you could buy it for about 2,000. You could alch it for about 2,500. So we're going to sort by high alch margin. And if you look, here's some items that are currently alching at a better price than usual. I have some filters on. We can even take these off. I have volume filters and stuff to make sure it's stuff I'll actually be able to buy, or buy limit filters. That way I'm finding things I can not just buy 1 or 2 of. But if you look at that, the Dragon Hasta, for example, if you are able to buy it, yeah, that's actually a terrible example. Just kidding, because someone bought it for 1. I don't know how that happened, but maybe someone was just margin checking it. Those are not really good examples, but like the Eclipse Moon Helmet, that is actually a pretty good example. You can high alch it for 61,000. Right now it's only 35,000 to buy. So you can buy 15 of these. You would be well inclined to buy all 15 of these if you can. Alch it and you get about 30k per. So that would be a good way to do that. You can scroll through this stuff, find stuff like that, the ceremonial masks, things like that. These are items that people might not know have a wider margin for high alching. As you see, this is where you can make a little more money, but it's a little more click intensive and it might take longer for you to fill the orders. For example, this 1 daily volume on the Rune Spear, that means there's only been 1 sold per day. So your odds of filling your order if you try to buy these are not good. The most recent buys on a lot of these 13 days ago, you're probably not going to get that. 5 days ago, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I went into the weeds a little bit, but I just wanted you guys to understand that there is profit to be made with high alching and how to get your level up and all that. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and sub, and I'll catch you in the next video.